Be ready? Start. Having noticed the factual basis for the preferment of the petition and the disclosures made by the respondents, we now proceed to note the primary legal submissions which have been advanced in these proceedings. Stop. Learned counsel for the petitioner, while reiterating the averments made in the writ petition, has contended that large-scale scams occurred in the authorities and now particularly Noida, clearly being indicative of the fact that all was not well stopped. He asserted that the state government, even in the matter of posting of officers, must act in a manner which inspires confidence in the public at large and that its action must be reflect of favoritism in favor of a select few. Stop. It was contended that the continuance of the 12th respondent was clearly detrimental to the public interest without justification in law and that the state government was continuing to accord him protection despite various scams and allegations having been leveled against the 12th respondent and Noida. Stop. It was therefore submitted that larger public interest clearly warranted removal of the 12th respondent from the post of CEO Noida. Stop. The learned counsels for the respondents have, apart from addressing submissions on the merits of the allegations leveled in the petition, in unison taken serious objection to the entertainment of the PIL itself and have submitted that the instant petition was neither bona fide nor did it espouse any issue of public interest. Stop. In this respect, we note that not only the learned Advocate General but also Shri Ravi Kant, learned Senior Counsel, and Shri Ravindra Singh, learned counsel, who appeared for the 12th respondent, have taken serious objection to this court having entertained the instant PIL itself. Stop. It was submitted that the instant proceedings are a clear abuse of the process of court and it is apparent that quite far from imposing any issue of public interest, the same has come to be instituted at the behest and instance of unknown and interested quarters. Stop. Learned counsel drew the attention of the court to the fact that the petitioner was stated to be a society registered and resident at Allahabad and that in the entire petition there was no material which may have even remotely indicated its activities or area of operations. Stop. It was alleged that there was a complete non-disclosure in the writ petition of particulars required under Chapter 12, Rule 3A of the Allahabad High Court Rules 195. Stop. Learned counsel submitted that the writ petition carried not one averment of any public or social service which the petitioner society may be stated to have performed. Stop. Additionally, it was contended that the writ petition itself did not bring on record either the memorandum or articles of the society so as to indicate its aim and objectives. Stop. In fact, learned counsel submitted that the petition had been instituted and entertained even in the absence of a resolution of the society deciding to institute the prevent proceedings and authorizing the petitioner in that regard. Stop. The attention of the court was further drawn to the fact that none of the office bearers of the society had come forward to even affirm the affidavit in support of the petition and that the writ petition itself had been preferred on the strength of an affidavit of a 24-year-old resident of district Koshambi who was started to be engaged in farming. Stop. Viewed in this light, learned counsels submitted that the petition clearly lacked bona fides and should have been dismissed at the threshold itself. Stop. It was contended that it is petitions like the present which have sullied the field of public interest litigation and have consequently invited adverse comment from the Supreme Court as well as this court. Stop. He submits that this court would clearly be transgressing the limits of its jurisdiction under Article 226 to the Constitution in interfering with such actions of the government. Stop. It is his submission that issues of the nature which stand raised in this petition would clearly invite the court to step into an arena which is within the exclusive domain and discretion of the state government. Stop. Stanza. On the issue of the power of the Deputy Registrar to decide membership, Dr. L.P. Mishra, learned counsel for the appellants, could not dispute the legal position that such a power is available to the Deputy Registrar under Section 4B of the Societies Registration Act 1860 as applicable in the state of UP. Stop. In our opinion, also, the Deputy Registrar has failed to exercise his authority in this regard on the most important issue which ought to have been gone into for holding of any fresh elections. Stop. Further, the fact that the previous elections set up by Hridev Narayan Mishra would not be recognized and fresh elections deserve to be held was accepted by the faction of Hridev Narayan Mishra, including the appellant who was shown to be a member of the general body as depicted by Hridev Narayan Mishra. Stop. The appellant also did not question the authority of the Deputy Registrar to hold fresh elections. Stop. Stanza. In such a situation, if the Deputy Registrar was to hold fresh elections and if objections had been filed against the membership again before holding of the elections on 1/9/2013, then the Deputy Registrar was under an obligation to have decided the issue of membership. Stop. It is apparent from the objections raised by the respondent number 2 at every stage that he had been contesting the very electoral college of 24 members of the Deputy Registrar, indicating it to be the fake list which was not adjudicated upon considering the objections of the respondent number 2 in the order dated 6/8/2013. Stop. In our opinion, this was a blatant flaw in the order of the Deputy Registrar who, under a wrong impression or otherwise a deliberate wrong procedure adopted by him, did not choose to decide the issue of the dispute of membership and the Electoral College entitled to participate in the elections. Stop. The decision-making process was therefore clearly vitiated and the Deputy Registrar failed to decide an issue that went to the root of the matter. Stop. Accordingly, the learned single judge did not commit any error in exercising a writ of certiorari and issuing a direction to decide the matter again. Stop. We therefore fully endorse the view taken by the learned single judge on this count as well. Stop. Stanza. We, for all the reasons recorded herein above, decline to interfere with the impugned judgment with a direction to the Deputy Registrar to decide the issue of the membership of the general body, keeping in view the objections raised by the respondent number 2 from time to time and after giving an opportunity of hearing to both the parties. Stop. Since the principal government Inter-College Ambedkar Nagar had continued to manage the affairs of the society after 13/3/2013 under the directions of the learned single judge and which was not challenged, we do not find any reason to interfere with the aforesaid direction as well under the impugned judgment. Stop. Stanza. We, however, clarify that the Deputy Registrar shall decide the issue of membership in the light of the observations made by the learned single judge and what has been started above, but since the parties stop over.